Hey everybody, Felix Stoffelbaker here. I wanted to make a video about literally the new economy being created as we speak, and as we're living right through it. We are seeing basically new financial instruments being created for the new economy. When you look at the current economy, there's really only two things that can actually move the economy in a meaningful way, in a way that everybody can see. And one is interest rates, and the Fed controls those. Basically, the amount of money that they've printed, they can never raise rates. You can't taper a Ponzi scheme. So if they were to ever actually raise rates in a meaningful way, in a way that would allow for actual innovation in an open economy, you would actually crash everything, because everything is so over leveraged that you would just default immediately if the rates were raised to any meaningful amount. And so, interest rates are one way that the economy is changed, and the other way is through credit markets or through the bonds. And we're seeing now, first we saw it with MicroStrategy. They're always innovating and always coming up with new solutions to difficult problems. Michael Saylor, with his engineering background, has no problems coming up with new solutions. And what MicroStrategy did was issue bonds from their company in order to buy more Bitcoin. And they basically gave you a coupon on it, and as Bitcoin would rise, you would get your return back on that plus dividends. So we're seeing now the announcement of El Salvador issuing bonds basically through Bitcoin. And so now we have the corporations issuing Bitcoin bonds, and we have now the first nation state issuing Bitcoin bonds, and that's just moving up the scale. And obviously the next step is central banks, and once a central bank owns a treasury, then you have the definition of a global currency, and Bitcoin will have won. It already won, but it will have won officially, in all the correct nomenclature of economics. And we're really seeing, once you have the establishment of a bond, especially a bond market, a credit market across, now it's basically the globe. MicroStrategy obviously won't be the first company to have a Bitcoin bond, and other countries and companies are taking note. And now that a sovereign nation did it, other sovereign nations can do it. And this is just going to be the domino effect, and this is what creates the underpinning of the new economy, of the new financial system. And once basically everything is backed by Bitcoin through credit, then major institutions and corporations and companies and small businesses that start up can begin to issue products based off of that Bitcoin, and can issue things that will allow for brand new economy. And we're at the forefront of it. We're in it at the very beginning, and seeing it proliferate and come out in a meaningful way. Now we see that it's a guarantee, as far as crypto being the future, blockchain being the future, Bitcoin being the future, and that will continue to be especially now that there's a solid foundation of the new economy that can be built upon, and even moved on to something like EOS once this all is established, just to be able to move it at 100 times the speed and things like that. So I just want to put that out there that people are maybe underwhelmed by prices or by whatever the case may be, but I mean, this is the time to be alive. This is the time to be engaged, and those that are just staying on the sideline are going to regret it in the future, just missing out entirely or not understanding what's going on. So I just want to put that out there. We're seeing the bonds being issued and the new economy's foundation being rolled out in front of our eyes, and if you're missing out on that, it's not to say you're not an economist or anything. You're just literally not seeing the bigger picture, and that's a majority of people. So if we could just get some people to see what's going on, this could change the course of things. So just want to put that out there. Stoffel Baker out.